Yo, what's up, man? It's MicCheckM.I.A, man, checking in, let y'all know to check out the MIA podcast, man. Voice of the city, man. If you from Hinesville and they get you on, man, you somebody. MicCheckM.I.A, I'm out.
Man, and we back in it, man. We here again in the place to be. This your boy Conrad. This is MicCheckM.I.A. My boy Tone always lurking in the back.
Yes, sir.
And that's how we do. My girl London B got the flu. She been out for a little while. I know some of y'all probably miss her, but she ain't here, man. She'll be back soon, man. But catch her doing her thing with the food and all that, man. She got CBD and all type of stuff, man. So y'all catch up with her. Word. We got a special guest today. Our special guest is CEO of Lytelyfe, my boy Jay. Jay, what's going on, my man?
How you doing?
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm good.
Long time coming, man. We've been talking about this for a minute.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm finally here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole team. Shout out to Conrad, London. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to the whole Mic Check crew.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all for having me on.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, you know what I'm saying, Lytelyfe, you know what I'm saying? When I first met you told me it was a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a lifestyle. So I mean, let's just get into that name, you know what I'm saying, Lytelyfe, right? Okay. So what is living Lytelyfe? What is that all about?
Well, as far as what you're referring to, this is just the design. Lytelyfe is basically a brand that I created to be able to enhance and take ownership of what your gift is. Whatever it is, the one thing you do with the least amount of effort, the one thing that you know that makes you special from the next person, the one thing you love to do. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like, you know, with you with the Clippers, you know, everybody has their own art. Everybody has their own creative space that they do certain things in. And when you're doing these things, that's something that nobody can take from you. It doesn't matter what it is, whether you're an artist, whether you do poetry, you do painting, you cook, you cut hair, whatever it is that you do with the least amount of effort that you know what I'm saying, God gave you as a gift to present to the world. That's being Lytelyfe. That's living in that lifestyle of, and you know what I'm saying, of showcasing that gift. And that's what that brand was based off of.
Okay, bet, man. That's I guess a unique way of kind of putting it in a way. So you started that you started this, I'm not gonna say label, just the Lytelyfe. You started that here in Georgia, or you started that? Yeah. You started that in Georgia, like Hinesville, Savannah.
It was here in Hinesville, where it was kind of dormant. Just something I was just trying to put together. I didn't really put forth a strong effort into putting it in the forefront until like 2019, 2020. But I came up with the idea in 2017. Once I got the idea, it really wasn't a thing where I was motivated to continue on with it. There was a lot of things that happened in my life that kind of put that on the back burner. I ended up moving. I came back to Georgia, and then when I came back to Georgia, you know, as time progressed, I wanted something on my own. I wanted to be able to do something that I can say I'm proud of, and I wanted to be able to help someone else who was in the midst of trying to figure out what that gift is, and to be able to showcase it to the world.
Okay. Now you started off as an artist, just like a solo artist.
I was a part of a situation here in Hinesville at one point, and since then I've grown just to be apart, away from that that situation. And then when I got away from the situation, it really gave me the motivation to really do what I wanted to do with Lytelyfe. So I'm better time than ever. Go ahead and push to the forefront. I have nothing holding me back. Let me just go ahead and, you know, try to get this happening.
Okay. So you talking about like a label situation,
or? If I can think strategically how I want to say this, it started with the idea of making like a music label, but it became bigger than music because I had to remember what it is that I'm doing this for. The fact is of showcasing the lifestyle of what it is that your gift is, and that can't be just music. So when it's not just music, at this point, we're more of a creative group now. So we have a group of creatives all together who do certain things, whether you rap, you sing, you are a producer, engineer, you're a poet, you're an influencer, you are someone who's looked at as a spiritual guide, or you have someone who has multiple hats that they wear, but they use those hats with certain situations to help the next person.
Okay. So I mean, so in the capacity of Lytelyfe, you have artists who are on Lytelyfe? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have artists that's on Lytelyfe. I have producers. I have engineers. I have singers. I have songwriters. I have spiritual leaders. I have the list is long. I have a lot of really dope people who takes the time and really get real big with their craft and really push it to the forefront, and I'm here to assist in any way I possibly can.
Okay. So after starting in Hinesville, leaving, coming back, starting, you know, saying the idea, and then coming back and putting it into the bringing it to the forefront. Now, where you based out of now?
I moved back to Hinesville. That's crazy, ain't it? That's crazy. I was here in Hinesville for 10+ years. I moved back to my hometown in Alabama, and then, you know, things didn't work out, so I came back to Georgia, ended up staying in Savannah, moved to Hinesville, and then from Hinesville I moved to Savannah, and then Savannah back to Hinesville. Yeah,
so I mean, you in an area you know, familiar with, you know, you back and forth, but
right.
You know, you familiar with it. So at this point, man, you got everything going on. I see you said you got engineers, you got artists. You know, how many artists do you have? You know, right now.
Off the top of my head, I couldn't even tell you that. I got a decent amount of artists, some real dope artists on the team.
T Wills is somebody who you deal with. Right?
No. Okay, so there's a miscommunication.
Okay.
I happen to have my own T Wills. It's not the T Wills you're referring to.
Okay, it's a different T Wills.
Shout out to T Wills though, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the bro, but not that T Wills.
Right,
this T Wills, he's out of Kentucky. He's up there around the Louisville area, a spot called Elizabethtown.
Oh, okay.
In Kentucky. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's a totally different.
Yeah, this ain't the one we know here.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, shout out to him, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Up there in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a misconception around here anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, T Wills, he has his with a Z. My homie T Wills don't have it with a Z. Yeah. His is just, you know, T-Wills with an S.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, I got you. So I mean, what's the what's the move, man? Like, as far as, you know, music, because you know you're an artist as well. So I mean, is the direction right now like you already have music, you pushing the music, and you have artists that's doing their music, and you know, so y'all pushing it together, or
my direction, because you know how they say when things change, you got to roll with the punches. And as me being a head, me being a leader, a lot of times you get hit with obstacles, you get hit with misdirections, that what you initially wanted to do, you can't do it no more. Or the way you thought you was gonna do something, you can't do it that way. So now what you have to do is go back to the table, think strategically. Okay, so what am I going to make a priority right now? And you know, that's been happening a lot lately, due to whatever reason. I know right now what I'm doing, I'm pushing on my new single, Go Harder, that's featuring my cousin and creator on Lytelyfe, Taz Kalen, and featuring also T Wills with an S. Yeah, it's a real dope track. It's off. This is my last single that I'm releasing to the public until I finish my album Abstract. Okay. Which I hope to drop by the end of this year.
Abstract. So what's say the name of that so viewers can hear the single one more time? New single out on all platforms right now, by your boy Jay of Lytelyfe, featuring Taz Kalen and T Wills. The song's called Go Harder. It's on everything: Apple Music, Amazon, Spotify, everything. Real dope single. Put a lot of work in that. Shout out to Ash up in Euphoria in Savannah for mixing and mastering that track. Real dope individual. Real dope studio. So if anybody looking to get some recording done, by all means, go holler at these people. They're real dope. Euphoria Studios? That's
yeah, Euphoria Studios in Savannah.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So I mean, you know, at this point, man, you know, how long you been doing it?
Well, let me see. I started about 10 years old, so I say about well over about 12 plus years. 12 plus years. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, I'm math wrong. No, 20. About 20 plus years.
20? Yeah,
20 plus years.
Oh man. Okay, so you've been getting it in for a minute then.
Yeah. It all like I said, it all came about really by accident. Mm-hmm. If I let my cousin tell it, he'll tell you this happened completely by accident. We just something we played around with, and then later on we got serious with, and we just kept going.
Gotcha, man. So I mean, to date, like what you know, what I'm saying, are there any projects out that people can kind of go back and you know, what I'm saying, and probably pull up and you know
from me?
Yeah.
No. Reason being because, like I said, when I created Lytelyfe, it was always the thought of I was always in somebody's shadow. Mm-hmm. At least that's how I felt. Mm-hmm. I felt like I was always in somebody's shadow. I felt like I never get a chance to really display who I was as an individual artist. Mm-hmm. I had to confine to other people because I was in another group, and this person is one way, that person's this way, and I'm my own person. So whenever it comes time to do things how I want to do them, I can't do that because I have to consult with another two individuals that, you know, I have to come to the table with. And a lot of times, you know, we got to the point where we really didn't know much that was going on. So what we try to do, we try to get a manager. It didn't work out. So it's like, okay, so now we got a decision to make. To further ourselves in our music career, do we sit here in an idle state, or do we try to make things happen on our own? Because at this point, we really didn't know what we was doing. And I ended up taking the reins and stepping up to be like, you're all right, I'm gonna do it. Mm-hmm. I'm not the group's manager, but I manage the group. Mm-hmm. So I would make the flyers or get them made. I would book the shows. I would make sure we where we're supposed to be at a specific time, a specific place. I'm really huge on punctuality, as you know. Mm-hmm. So I try to pride myself in being that way because I know how it would be on the other end. If I'm late, then I feel like, man, I done put this man out of his time or this woman out of their time. They set aside time for me to be here. Mm-hmm. So it's very important that I'm here on time or early to make sure that they, you know, hey, I'm taking this seriously. I'm taking people's time serious because people could be doing other things. But I mean, other than that, I mean, I really haven't had anything of my own until Lytelyfe. When I finally got something on my own, then I started to, you know, nurture it, just like a baby, as they, from an infant all the way to a grown person. And right now, even though I've done so much in a little bit of time, my infant ain't an infant no more. It's probably just out the teenage years. And the reason I said it, because I still got more growing to do with the brain.
So, I mean, bro, I recently seen that you were on, what is that, internet radio, the Good Radio? Good?
Yeah, I was on, what, recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had my single Go Harder playing on internet radio with the hits on 5 DJs. That's with DJ Greg R&B. We're well known with the movement. Shout out to them for the great opportunity. I done got 2 singles spun on that twice. And then, you know, just been in close contact, just doing my networking and trying to, you know, put the ears of people who never heard me on my music.
So for the artists out there, man, like, you know, people that, you know, it's like a lot of artists out there we talk to all the time that really don't know what they're doing, really. They don't really know what direction to go in. Usually what I try to tell them, have your paperwork ready. The internet radio, have you found that to be an area where you can get your sound scans, your digital scans and stuff like that?
Well, if you already have them through a distributor, whether it's DistroKid or whatever you use to put your music up in rotation to get your royalties, to get different things like that through like ASCAP or BMI or anything like that, is really one of them things where what matters to you? What matters to you? Do you want to just be heard? Do you want to be heard and get some money off of it? It's really dependent on the person. I can't really speak on nobody else. I know with me, I'm the type of person. Of course, I'd be stupid not to say that I don't want to get paid.
Right.
But I've always told my team, with me, I'm thinking about the long game. The money gonna come. Is getting the building blocks and the foundation set first, so that way when it does come time where checks roll in, it ain't just no pennies here. It's a couple bags over here. Because at the end of the day, if you look at how much you get off of your streams, you would really have to be viral every day for a whole year to really see some money.
Right.
And those that don't know, if you're not heavy spun on certain avenues like Spotify or Tidal, all the other stuff is increments of even 1 cent.
Right.
So if you're not, for one, wanting to target in a certain area, which you can't do, because you got people who like have iPhones, you typically gonna listen to Apple Music.
Right.
Or if you have an Android, you typically listen to Spotify, or even some cases like Cricket.
Amazon Music.
Exactly.
Amazon Music.
Cricket, they have Deezer.
Right.
Which is their own listening streaming service where you can listen to music and different things like that. Where I don't know too many people, unless you have Cricket, that's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna download Deezer because my music no.
Right.
You
gotta have that phone.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it really depends on you. So I mean, I know with me, I want to be heard, I want to be paid, but more than important, I think of the long game. I know some people may say, well, that's crazy, I want mine. Yeah, but I mean, all that gonna come.
Yeah, we living in a world of instant gratification.
Right.
People want it so fast.
Exactly.
Like everything else. But as far as the streaming and the money goes, Snoop was just talking about that. He's taking down, he owns the catalog for Death Row. He's taking most of their catalog down. I think the only thing that's up right now is The Chronic.
Yeah. And that to me, I feel like the only reason why that's up, because even Dre, to an extent, don't even own that catalog no more.
Right. Yeah. Which one owns
it? He sold it.
Jimmy Iovine probably owns it.
Right. So with and I feel like I know where you was about to go with it, with them taking the catalog down, put it in a specific place where you can only grab it from there.
A lot of artists are starting to do that.
And then, and if you are a true fan of these people, you're gonna sign up to get their music straight from there, cutting the middleman out. Yeah. So you're getting all of that at the same time. Yeah. And see, but that's the whole thing though. Like, it had to be somebody in Snoop's ear to give him the idea of doing. Because I want to say even Diddy was thinking about doing that at one point.
Yeah, he has, but Snoop hasn't done that yet. There's no place. Is there a place you can go listen to stuff?
No. What I'm saying is,
so you're create. So Black Star, John C. Bay, and Tyler Kweli, they have a website now. They just brought out a new album. It's not on any streaming platforms, but you can go to their website and download their music. And Ryan Leslie, as far as I know, was the first person to do it. His old stuff that he doesn't own is still on the platforms, but all this new stuff, you have to download it from his website. So I'm sure they're gonna try to find a way to cut in on that too. Because but a lot of these artists now you don't really need the big studios to put your stuff out, because you can go back there, do a whole album, put it on your own website for people to.
But see, here's the one thing of what people don't realize. It's just almost like if you ask a certain artist today, would you rather be with a major label or would you rather be independent? A while back, of course they'll say major label. Right. Now they will say, "Oh, I'd rather be independent." Okay, you want to be independent? Excellent, because you feel that if you're independent, you have more say, which is true. But do you have a plan on why you want to be independent? Right. Do you have a plan? Are you to the point where your music is like viral to the point where you got labels in your voicemail box saying, "Hey, I know you want to be independent, but allow us to be the ones that distribute your music for you." Right. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Yeah. If you're independent, you think, "Oh, I get all that." Cool. But what if you don't have the means to market your stuff the way it needs to? Right. Where you may be hot, but if you're not marketing it right, and that even goes for me, I try different ways to try to see how can I market my stuff in a way where I can gain more listeners to the point where, what I'm doing, it matters. Right. You can be dope. If you don't have a marketing or a promotion idea of how to get your music out, it's almost as if nobody heard it.
Right. I mean, that's what the majors is about right now, is the marketing. Because they can put you in front of everybody. Exactly. And see, that's the whole idea. So it's like, at that point, you're not getting with a major because you're not hot, you're not popping enough. You're getting with them because you have a strategic idea on how you want to use them to push what it is you already had going on in the first place. Right. Like, for example, if I'm asking, if somebody comes to me like Def Jam or Atlanta Records saying, "Hey, we want to sign you. We're gonna offer you this much, blah 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 blah." Okay, sweet deal. Meals on the table, great. Okay, now you being the smart person, okay, you gave me 5. Okay, how about this? How about I give you back 3? I give you back 3, and you put a budget together to help me push this, where I don't need the recording y'all studio. I have a studio. I don't need your engineer. I have an engineer. So as you're going through, you're cutting down the budget on them. At that point, what's good for the what's the term? What's good for the goose is
good for the gander. Yeah. So at that point, okay, so you don't want our money? Great, cool. So what do you want? This? Oh yeah, we can do that. So now you getting more behind you with the marketing and promotion. You got the talent. You have the team to make your production. So now, only thing you need them for is to get, like you said, get you to the world.
Right, that's it.
The only thing about that though is you gotta have movement, progression kind of going already, because the labels themselves, they want to sign somebody who's making money in a small amount at least, and then what they do is they give you more money in order to suck you into what because they trying to make money off.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And see, the thing is, us as artists doing that research, okay, it's a chess game. Obviously, if you want to sign me, you've seen something in me that you felt will make money. So at that point, sure, sign me. Because I'm going to use you to make my money so I don't have to deal with you no more. So at that point, I'm gonna make money just off of my name alone.
Right.
I don't need to know. This ain't, it's almost like LL. When you think of LL, what label you think of? Def Jam. Okay, when you think Big, what label you think of?
Bad Boy.
Okay, now let's say these people left before Big gone and before L, went another route. Let's say they left their prospective labels. Do you think they fans were still giving them enough recognition to the point where they could survive without those two labels?
Yeah, they could probably survive, but I don't know. A lot of LL's albums ain't even being signed to Def Jam. They're not really popping like that. He had some good singles.
But LL, I think the difference is they gave LL the bag.
Yeah, but and LL has transcended so many eras in hip hop to this point where he probably drop something right now and he got some diehard fans that's going to listen to him.
Yeah,
Pride,
but is it going to sustain him?
Great example. I don't know if this is still within the same realm. Beyonce with her tour, Sell Out. She could drop a single right now. I guarantee you go platinum by the end of the week.
Right. See, now you're saying that they go single, right? Now we just talk about LL and them. When they drop music, though, it's being streamed and they're getting pennies.
Mm-hmm.
Even LLs and whoever coming out right now, the streaming services aren't paying them like they were when you had to buy a hard copy.
Exactly.
Buying CDs and you know what I'm saying? And even the visuals, most of the visuals are going straight to YouTube. So they're not getting paid.
Nowhere to show your videos no more. BET don't do it no more. MTV not what it used to be.
Because it's like
video life is.
You gotta get that tour money.
Yeah.
The money they're getting is that advance money and that tour money right now. And the people that's really making the money off of the stream, that's really getting the money off the stream, the labels, they own
the rights.
They own your rights to you, to your name, to your likeness.
The likeness, yeah. They get paid off everything, but you get majority of the money off of the shows. That's why you see a lot of artists, like Gucci did this. Gucci changed the game by dropping mixtapes because they couldn't control the mixtapes, and then he was making money off the mixtapes, and then he would go do the shows as well. And he was independent artist anyway. Right. He might have had something going on with somebody on some distribution or something like that.
Who was Boosie signed to?
Actually,
Boosie was with.
They wiped me down on that. He was signed to somebody, right?
He was with Roy Jones Jr. writing and stuff, but I don't know if he was signed. He was writing with a lot of people, but I don't know if he was.
He's always been independent.
I'm not sure if he was ever with.
What's the other Pimp C? What's the other Pimp C?
Management. I think Pimp C was fooling with him. Management
with him and Webby. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I'm 100%, but I know for a fact, Trill Entertainment ended up coming along like once. That's why with Webby, it's such a huge influence because you fell up under Pimp C. Right. So I'm assuming with the whole Trill ENT, that's where that came from. And then it's it makes sense in a sense because that's all you hear. Bun B, Pimp C, Trill this, Trill that. Right. Then they're Texas, they're Louisiana is right along the border. Right. So that influence came, I'd say, definitely from Pimp C.
Because as far as independents go, if I'm not mistaken, if he's independent right now, Boosie is the blueprint.
He's been independent
for an independent artist, Boosie is the blueprint.
Majority of his career.
That's what I'm saying. Because when he was Trill Entertainment, I believe that he was representing that, but I believe that was more of like a management thing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. That's what I'm saying.
But I think it was because he went from that to, like I say, Roy Jones Jr. had his own thing. He was writing stuff for them, him and Mr. Magic. Right. And then he was also writing stuff for Little John, you know what I'm saying, the B.I.B.I. and all that stuff. He was writing that stuff for real, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know, but because there's a lot of stuff he said he didn't get paid for, so obviously he didn't have, you know what I'm saying, everything, you know, all the way clear with
he running around.
He be clear, he just was kind of like with different people. If he got paid, he got paid. If he got back in, he got back in, and he was getting some money. So, you know, I imagine that's how that was working out. So, I mean, with that being said, you're planning on continuing your independence, or would you take Lytelyfe to a label like, say, for instance, Interscope or Columbia Records approached you and said, okay, is it a situation where you would want a distribution deal, or you would take a full deal?
Just as I said before, it would just literally have to make sense. I'm not a person where I'm all the way independent, or I'm against signing with a major if the opportunity ever came about. I'm not that type of person. It has to make sense. And one of the major things that it needs to make sense for is the fact that, okay, this is what I have here. What is it that I can do that benefits me that will make this prosper later? And that's what I care about. And it's not a thing where I'm being naive, like, you know, you need to worry about you first before you. Of course, I always want to make sure that I'm straight before I can have another idea to present to somebody, so that way, you know, it's not me feeling like, okay, so you gotta do all or nothing. Nah, that's not how this works. It's either you try to get your foot in the door. Yeah, you got a foot in the door, but you got an arm extended in the back end. So like, so they pull you in, little bit by little bit, you pull them in with you. So the more you create that situation, you get a relationship between, hey, by the way, this is such and such. Hey, this is such and such. Okay, cool. What do you do? Are you with them too? Now, that's when everybody gets involved, because I'm not exactly sure who was put on first, Webby or Boosie. But if you look at how everything happened, those were the front runners. But who came later? Then you got Lil Fat. Then you got Fox. Then you got Lil Trill. Then you got, when you hear them bangers like Wipe Me Down and all these other, them hard bass songs, Mouse on the track. Not knowing that, you know, he the one in the video dancing, jigging, and like, oh shoot, he the one that made the beat. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Would you sign the Boosie? Right now he looking for it. Would you sign the Boosie? He got a big campaign going on right now. If Boosie came to you, got all your artists, you know, he pretty much, like Tone said, the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? He said, hey man, I want to sign you to a 2-album deal, man.
Me.
2 albums. Yeah, but he, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? But he might see what all you got going on and say, man, bring the whole team. Do you take that tutelage from him with your team, or do you feel like that would be a risk?
I'm gonna put it like this. If we're speaking in aspects of trying to turn people's lives around, and I have the opportunity to do that, then yes, I would. If we're speaking on personal, I'm gonna say no, because our music and his music don't align. His brand with my brand don't align. I don't have artists who just talk trap and ignorant stuff all day, 24/7. Not saying that he does, because he do have a way about himself to speak on certain things that cause controversy. But with what we do and what we talk about would not coexist with the badass syndicate, which is what his actual label is. It doesn't mesh. It doesn't gel. Speaking personally, now if I got these people and he want to bring on the rest of Lytelyfe, he want to do different things with them, but you know what I'm saying, things are still Lytelyfe, then at that point it became an unselfish move where if it's gonna change their lives too, then I want that to be done.
Okay, now other subject matter is not really making any money.
What's that?
Subject matter other than trapping and shaking your ass and shooting and robbing, lean pills.
Yeah,
that's what's making the money.
Right.
That's what, you know what I'm saying. That's what the labels are.
Yeah, that's what they signed.
Putting the money to.
Who just said that? Somebody just said that. That's what they.
That's what they're doing.
You're right. You are absolutely. You are absolutely
is that
right.
Meek Mill said that?
Meek just come on said that. They pay him.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So I'm about to make a quick point.
Okay.
And it's perfect because both of y'all got something on that is about to prove this point. So what kind of shirt you wearing right now?
Champion.
When the last time you saw somebody wear Champion?
Shoot, man.
If you gotta look up,
about a year ago.
No, I'm talking about back.
Oh, you talking about
back.
The Champion had made a little comeback for a little while.
About a year and a half ago.
When they was wearing the satin team jackets, or you know what I'm saying, or the sweatshirts, where they were selling Champion in Walmart, and it wasn't cool to wear at one point. Or like with the Nikes you have on right now.
These dad shoes.
How many people wearing dad shoes now? Especially the white ones with the navy trim.
Right.
How many people wearing them now?
Well, old heads.
Yeah.
But no, what I'm saying is this though. There's always going to be somebody to consume. We're all diverse. We're not a monolith. We're all not trying to listen to the trap music. So there's always going to be an audience for
everyone.
Alternative music.
Alternative content.
Yeah, right. So, enlightening content. You know, relatable content to everybody, not just the streets. So there's always going to be people to consume that. But as far as the money is concerned, the money is being pushed behind the other stuff. So.
Right. So with that said, going back to your initial question, the lean, the trap, that's what they're talking about. That's what they say is making the money. That's what making the most money. It may be what the most money it is, but if you are pulling from the same pool as everybody else, and I can have my own circle right here and be just as fine.
So I brought that up because we were talking about being signed by labels and getting the opportunity to be signed by the labels. It just seems like the labels aren't signing those kind of artists. Even artists like her, when she first came out, she wasn't really indulging in that kind of stuff. But if you listen to her music now, she's kind of indulging in that. Not hard, but I think you got to
that street.
You got to dabble in it a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
a little bit of tap dance.
I'm gonna say this. Do I switch up my style to kind of accommodate the new age a little bit? Yes, I do. Especially after reading on Rick Ross's book, A Perfect Day to Boss Up. He says that's why a lot of times you see him with a crazy feature like him in 21, where if you were an official day one Rick Ross fan, in your mind like that don't how did that match? But
sort of, because he's always been a criminal activist.
Yeah,
true.
It's street, but it ain't as smooth.
True, but what he says is it allows him to get a different aspect to keep it relevant in what's going on in today's music. Right. So as long as y'all look at me like the OG and you want the boss on your record, then I'm always gonna be in tap with your fans. No. So as long as they love you and they got me on here, they gonna be singing my lyrics too along with yours. So that's what, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that. Nowadays, some people are about the bag. I mean, of course, I said in the beginning, of course I want to get paid.
Right.
But I am really, really into my craft. Like, I'm really into my craft. I'm a lyricist, which is crazy because I'm a country boy from Alabama who grew up outside of New Orleans, who came to Georgia, Savannah at that, which is 4 hours from Atlanta, and yet I rap sometimes as if I'm from New York.
Okay.
So it's like, I really love the craft. And one thing I would never sell out on is my craft. No, nothing against nobody who does different type of rap.
Right.
But me, I pride myself on being a lyricist.
Right.
I pride myself on the type of music I make, and for me to be able to make
on my own, going back to what I was saying about being in that group, and I have to confine to 2 other people. So if you got 2 other people who wants to make this type of music, and it's really a majority rule type thing, and if what y'all saying don't align with what I'm saying, who's going to have to be the one that's easier to change the verse or, excuse me, change the direction of the song? It's going to be always me.
Right.
Do I talk about things that they speaking on, or can I? Of course. Do I always want to talk about it? No. Because there's other substance out here where you can talk about different things, still be a great artist, and get your point across. Opposed to always feeling like you got to be the tough guy. I'm going to shoot you this, bang, bang that. Get the glizzy this.
Right.
See, y'all talking about glizzy, y'all don't even know what that is. Y'all don't even know what that is. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times you hear these kids saying that, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say like I'm a hypocrite or anything like that. But at the same time, it's like there got to be more substance out here than just talking about the usual.
Right.
There's a kid somewhere waiting on you to make a song that changes his life or her life.
Right. I don't think there's anything wrong with talking about all that stuff. The problem is no one ever really talks about the consequences.
Well, consequences in that is what's more important to you.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but, you know, they don't talk about they talk about killing somebody. They never talk about that they can lose their life.
Yeah.
That they can lose their life in jail for the rest of their life.
Or somebody could try you on the lyrics you speak on.
Exactly.
Just to see if you really
are you about that life.
Yeah. And see that nowadays, I'm not trying to be nobody hero. I'm not trying to play tough guy. And no, I ain't no killer. But I ain't you know what I'm saying?
No.
But you know what I'm saying? Let that
You're
be
a man
clear.
at the end of the day.
Yeah. Let that be clear that, you know, you don't have to be a killer to not be, you know what I'm saying?
Most killers ain't really talking about it.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, and then you know what I'm saying, you criminalizing yourself too when you do that.
Yeah.
You see what
That
happens
happens often.
You know?
Right. I mean, it's going on in Atlanta right now with
Yeah, but all of that.
with what's his name?
With young Thug.
Young Thug and them guys.
His whole
They using lyrics.
It was lyrics, man. I mean, it happened with Meek Mill, but of course Jay-Z got him out of it and stuff like that. But you know, you see it happening. So I'm kind of surprised that you don't hear artists kind of like spitting the street life, but on the reverse angle, like. But a lot of it, because you know, you had Tupac. He did that from time to time. He did it on the reverse angle. And you know, you had various other artists that did it. Even Nas did it. You know what I'm saying?
There's even, like I said, it's all about the environment you grew up in. Like you got Kendrick. This man grew up in Compton.
Right.
Yeah, Kendrick does it.
A normal day in Compton, and somebody don't get shot, to him is like, okay, what's going on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the norm. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you listen to Good Kid, Mad City, it takes you in a mindset of a young guy growing up in Compton on what he sees on a daily basis.
Right.
So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that he's talking in that street.
Because as an observer, though.
Yeah, right.
As an observer.
You know what I'm saying? As far as what you indulge in, speaking on that, it's an experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got people who do these certain things, and it's like it gets. I don't even know the proper term to even think about it. Like it's overbearing. Is that?
I mean, people like him, who can see, who are lyricists, who are he's an artist. They suffer when they see that kind of stuff because their family and friends and all the people are involved in it, and the pain motivates that art.
Yeah.
And he's one of them kind of people. And there's guys like that from all major cities that's dealing with the same thing. I'm from Philly all my life, so I know exactly what Lamar goes. North Philly.
I swear that is a huge problem. Like, you from South Philly, ain't you?
South Philly too, yeah.
And people take offense to that.
Oh yeah, I mean,
shout out all my people in Philly.
You know, you got North south of most
Southwest
yeah.
crazy in Philly.
and most of the times that's always like it's always some type of turf war.
Right. And Meek Mill spent different times of his life in all three of them: Southwest, North Philly, and South Philly.
Yeah, I got a bro of mine. He from Philly. Shout out to King Don, man. The Gold members out of Savannah. Yeah, he from Philly.
Okay.
Yeah. But speaking of bars, we spoke earlier about some bars, man. You're a lyricist. You know what I'm saying? We spoke earlier about you know what I'm saying, dropping some bars, man. So, I mean, you ready to drop these bars?
Okay. But before we do that, I gotta shout out also the clothing side of Lytelyfe apparel for all, you know what I'm saying, all your clothing needs, for your garments and everything. I got is www.lytlifeapparel.com, where you got shirts and different things like what's on this table right here, the Live Life Light shirt.
Lift it up so the camera can see.
Oh, okay. So lift it up. You know what I'm saying? This shirt is one of the next ones to be added to the website. Wake up, hustle, repeat.
Okay.
Know it, and that's it.
A mantra.
You know what I'm saying? So,
a mantra.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wake up, hustle, repeat. That's it. Different things on there for kids, women. I have tank tops, socks, hats, bucket hats, ski hats, masks, t-shirts, long sleeve, crew necks. Pretty much any garment you can think of, I have on the website. Got new designs coming soon. If you want to get your Lytelyfe apparel locally, Hinesville, Savannah area, I have just now partnered with Outcast Vinyl Products. Shout out to Outcast for partnering with this great venture. So if you are looking to get any Lytelyfe apparel gear as far as garments goes, you can contact myself or message Outcast Vinyl Products on Facebook, and they have all my designs. If you want to get anything printed up, contact myself or them.
Okay. And so there's no discrepancies now. That's it. The Outcast we know and love, or that's the name of a company?
Outcast Vinyl Products. Okay. You gotta say it together. Outcast Vinyl Products. And for anybody who looking to get any type of printing done, t-shirts or any kind of woodwork, canvas, different things like that, Outcast Vinyl Products.
Oh man, hey, congratulations on that though, man. with the venture, you know, the joint venture, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, get into these bars. If you're ready for these bars.
I'm a little nervous, Colin.
You a little nervous, man? Hey, man, ain't no need to be nervous, bro. It's true. Man, it's
20
all
years
love.
of the game.
Yeah, it's all love in here, man. That's true. You know, it's all love in here, man. You know, now if you're nervous, now when?
I mean, since you done put me on the spot.
Oh, okay. You know, I mean, that's my job now. That's my job. I mean, so you ready for these bars?
Yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to it,
man. So hey, man, this is your boy Jay from Lytelyfe, man, and he's finna drop these bars, man. MicCheckM.I.A, baby. Let's get it. Hey.
Yeah. Shout out to Conrad. You know what I'm saying? For bringing me in, MicCheckM.I.A. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole Lytelyfe team. Lytelyfe 2020 on everything on social media. I'm gonna start off light a little bit. I'm like, hold up, it's a different flow, but you know I be coming with the lyrics that can blow up. Get the brine and pull up, now my bitch was slowed up. Like got no tracks, yeah, make it go boom. So haters give me room, cause we about to make a move. You know we coming strong, and it's gonna be real soon. Yeah, haters give us room, cause we about to make a move. Us niggas been hot, no April, May, or June. Let's go. Okay, we back at it. Like undependable crack at it. Mathematics wasn't right, but the pluses were back at it. Wasn't this a link? Somewhere but never found. But now me and my team is linked up, so who gon' stop us now? We prepare to take a bow, we prepare to say goodbye. We so fly in them skies where them niggas is taking nosedives, hand fives. For my niggas, they got their hands high. Cause when we come, it's a disaster. Landslide, ready to flood the streets, hot waters, but not your pants side. They say I'm group hopping. This is mad cause they ain't popping. Trash be flopping. As soon as the day then they be dropping. Worry about yourself, my nigga. Not the new shit that I'm copping. Y'all steady watching, take note. This is real hip hop and understand I'm never losing. I just keep improving. But I know how I work, better watch what I'm doing. See this love of the music, know that I have been pursuing. Got the people grooving, you just mad cause yours just ain't moving. Lyrical assassin, colder than the aspens. Yes, the air is thinning out cause pump steady gasping. Never wanted to pump, so why is people steady gassing niggas up? I'm the garbage man cause they raps I be trashing. Yeah, that's right, bro. All up in that fashion, all facts, never sending a subliminal. I'm a real flow rider cause I cheat just like a Seminole. I'm here face to face cause you know this is an interview. Like no I'm gonna blow sending too much air up in my inner tube. I ain't gonna play, bro. I can't get rid of fools, so just in case, if you thinking I can't human you, my fam keeps it low and compact. That's how the Chevy cruise. Mess with light life, just know you're gonna make the news. I ain't saying I'm great, but I toot my horn so you can sing the blues. Damn, I'm made veteran. Punchlines too elegant. Have a rapper think to herself, why am I even relevant? I can't forget how I came up. Mine just like an elephant. Gotta see some ends for the game, so I'm ready for my settlement. Conrad, I'm ready for my settlement.
Oh man, that's light, baby. Hey, dropping them bars for y'all, man. Hey, y'all got to get y'all lyrics up, man. Gotta get y'all lyrics up. We're gonna let the beat ride for a little bit, man. Let that beat ride for a little second. Just let y'all know that's that Jay Electronica. Hey man,
Got Jay on it.
got Jay on it.
Jay on it. Yeah.
Get your bars up. Hey, if you come on here, man, you gotta get your bars up, man. My man just set the standard, man. Who gonna come in here and get their bars up? You know what I'm saying? You gotta come on here and get your bars up, man. Yeah. By the way, we shooting visuals. See the mic hanging. Come in here and get your bars up. You know, tap in.
Shout out to my whole team, man. Shout out, you know what I'm saying, the whole Lytelyfe fam. Shout out to everybody involved with MicCheckM.I.A. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, everybody who had a hand in, you know what I'm saying, making me who I am today. Shout out to all my mentors, y'all know who y'all are. Shout out to my beautiful wife, my family. Shout out to everybody who's knee deep in this music. They're doing it for the crowd, they're doing it for the love. You know what I'm saying? They're doing it for the ones you care about. Man, salute to everybody, man. I hope everybody make it. I hope everybody is blessed. I hope everybody has a prosperous situation that can come in and change everybody's life. And, you know what I'm saying? Just, I want everybody to be blessed.
Yeah. Once again, shout out to Jay Electronica. My boy Tone is lurking in the back end.
Yes, sir.
This is MicCheckM.I.A, man. It is Lytelyfe, man. Hey, man. You know how we do. You know what I'm saying? We bring in all the people that y'all need to know and love, man. Untapped talent, man. Underground, you know, independent indie artists. Tap in. This is what we do, man.
Make sure y'all go on all platforms. Go listen to that Go Harder by your boy Jay, featuring Taz Kaler and T Wills. It's a banger, man. It's a banger. Make sure y'all go listen to that. Abstract on the way. That's how we rock.
Shout out to Jay Electronica. I didn't even know he was a rapper. Man. He was rapping on this.
Yeah, that's a rapping on it.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was a rapper. I just thought he was a DJ, man.
Yo, Jay Electronica's he's basically like the Big Crit of Louisiana.
Oh yeah, Big Crit.
He from Louisiana?
He's from New Orleans.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time in Philly, New York, and
that's why he sound the way he does. That's why his, you know what I'm saying?
And he in the nation.
And
he in the nation.
Yeah. So I mean, hey,
I seen that in Louisiana a little bit because you know like Currency, he got kind of like that up north type of sound. I'm not necessarily gonna say the flow, but
the tone.
The tone.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Currency might have spent a lot of time in Trenton, New Jersey.
Probably, man. I'm not all the way sure.
I know some folks that was from Trenton. They love Currency.
Man, they love him up there. Man.
Yeah.
They love him.
Yeah. So no particular order. Who's your top 5? No particular order.
My top 5. Let me say this before I say it.
Okay.
My top 5. My top 5 changes on the mood I'm feeling.
Okay.
Cause like you'll hear certain people in there, and it's like after that point, like I thought you said that you was feeling like this, and then now you like this. It changes. But let me see. Of course, Kendrick. That's one of my favorite artists. Me and him share a birthday.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My Gemini twin. Pac, of course. Crazy because his birthday is literally the day before mine.
Okay.
Another
Gemini.
another Gemini twin. Let me see. Twister.
Okay.
Twister. I'm gonna put Hove up there.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Hove up there. And I got one more, right?
2, I think. You said Twister.
Twister.
Oh, yes, that's one.
Yeah,
Pop.
Okay, so let me see.
Kendrick, Twister, Pop, Hove. Yeah.
And I gotta do one for the South. I'm gonna say Wayne.
Wayne,
I'm
okay.
gonna say Wayne.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, listen, man, that's an excellent.
That's a good list. Good list.
That's an excellent list. I mean, some people gonna be mad at you for having Hove and Wayne at 4 and 5. You know what I'm saying? But
There was no particular
No
order.
particular order.
no particular order.
No
Okay,
particular order.
okay.
He said no particular order. I mean,
you know, it is what it is. You know, it's. I mean, Kendrick, he tough. You know what I'm saying? Pop, you know.
Well, Pop is a legend on a different level.
Yeah, he
right?
a different type of.
But Wayne and Hove, how old were you when they was popping?
shoot, man, I was in junior high.
Yeah, okay.
That was shoot. Oof.
And Hove wasn't even really popping. Like Hove always got
He still had a run. Cause that's right.
When you was in junior high, what was the hot song out with Hove? What year was that?
Between 05, 09.
05, 09? Well, he was on
Everything.
Black Album?
Yeah, that might have
American,
been.
I want to say
Yeah,
American
Black
Gangster.
Album. Black
American
Album.
Gangster.
I want to say American
Yeah, see, that's
Gangster.
Hove went on the down. But his business acumen got him.
But when I was a kid, I'm talking about Big Pimpin'.
Right. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Big Pimpin',
Here's
Renegade.
Right.
You know, I mean,
You got some songs.
Yeah, you got
A lot of people don't really here anyway. It's the South. A lot of people don't really like Hove. When I be telling them the Hove one of the best lyricists ever,
I'm gonna say this.
they don't believe that.
Since you done brought that up, this is in the hip hop community. I may lose points for saying this. I didn't become a fan of Hove. You know, when you hear something and you go backtrack, it's almost like when the New Edition movie came out. How many people went back and listened to all those old tracks?
Right. Oh man, they had missed out on.
You know what I'm
them.
saying? So, same with Hove with me. I didn't become a fan of Hove till the 444 album.
Oh, for real? So you went back because you went back to hear what?
When I listened to the 444 album from track 1 to end, it's like, oh man, like I knew you was a lyricist, but you're different. You're a unicorn. Like,
Is that the one with is OJ? The story of OJ
Yeah.
on that one? Okay.
yeah, like you're different. So like, I'm like, okay, I want to see how truly different it is. Has he always been like this,
Right.
or he just transitioned? No, he's always been like
Yeah,
this.
from Reasonable Doubt.
He's always been like that. Like, and I never realized that, and then I really thought about it, like, you know what? When I listened to that Go Crazy with Young Jeezy and Jay on it, even then he showed signs in like, yeah, now I'm starting to really understand this thing.
Right.
And then I backtracked and I listened to the Black Album. I listened to, you know, the Blueprint, all 3 of them. Then, you know, going into the joint stuff he did with Kanye and American Gangster. My favorite whole track is Rock Boys.
Right.
I like the instruments of the beat. I like the boss talk. He talking in it. It makes you feel
somebody said in the comment, if you look at the video, somebody said exactly what he said in the song. It sounded like a black superhero song.
Right.
Like, this comes on, somebody about to come out the back room, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he came to come save, you know what I'm saying, the people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I like Hov. I started digging Hov. My homeboys, like, they was dudes I used to hoop in high school, so they was big on that Reasonable Doubt. And I was like strictly for the South back then. Like, you know, but then when Biggie came, because I used to listen to Big L, but when Biggie came, I was just like, man, hold on, man, bro, this dude here.
Crazy.
Man. So I just think that when he came to Hov, it was on that, it was during the era where Big fell. And people didn't want to see that. He had nationwide fans. Like he was like Pop on the he's the New York Pop. You know what I'm saying? So it was like when he passed, it was the fans of his ain't want to see nobody else. You see what I'm saying? So Hov came he came in like
his own
I'm here to replace that. Almost like LeBron going to go replace Kobe for the Lakers. Right. You know what I'm saying? It kind of was like that.
You're great, but you're not this one.
Yeah, you great, but listen, man.
Right.
This dude made that dude put out one album and made us feel every song.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But Hov is great though. You know, Hov is great. I just think he came off the back end of that, and that's probably why, especially Southern people in the South, was like, man, F Hov. You know what I'm saying? It was like that.
Yeah, he kind of filled the void.
But he kind of changed that a little bit. Once he got into that seat in Def Jam as the president, they started signing a lot of artists from down south.
Right. He signed Jeezy. He signed Rick Ross.
They had the whole Def Jam South though.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, so when you got stuff like that, and it's almost like how I was saying earlier about the whole thing of why Rick Ross gets on the song with the younger guy.
Right.
To if you're a fan of him, you hear me on the track, you're gonna become a fan of me too.
Right.
Same difference. So you got Go Crazy by Young Jeezy. The remix is with Hov on it. Man, I don't think in that time when I heard it that I ever appreciated lyricism just with that, and then getting it all the way to now. Like, of course I still listen. Honestly, I still listen to my snap music, my crunk age, Young Bloods, Rich Boy, and I'm from Alabama, so I'm all about riding for them dirty boys. You know what I'm saying? And then to elevate all the way to now, when I listen to certain things, like some people, you feel how you want to feel, but when Hov did that, God did.
Right.
Yeah,
that was God tier.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, you understand. You have to literally when you listen to. Matter of fact, homework. When you listen to God did, and you listen to the whole verse, listen to every 4-bar stanza and then when you listen to everything word for word, go back and look at the breakdown of his verse. He talks about so much in that verse that nobody goes over their head. That is like, for example, when he was talking about the when he said, if those your drug lords, or who are we then? Basically like, damn, I sold crack back in the 80s and y'all just open to just letting weeds be in the stores now. Like, and then you got, you know what I'm saying, him basically saying like, okay, so if you paying homage to people who did all this for y'all, like who are we then? Then that whole thing about the niggas the niggas on the road did talking about, that's a shot that a while back 50 had said, oh, so you know nobody don't know you no more, or nobody know me, okay, cool. So when I do these tours and I sell out these joints,
it speaks for what's up. It speaks for what's up.
It don't matter. Like, it's so much depth in that verse that it just don't. You really gotta listen to that.
Right.
Listen to that and go listen to the breakdown online. I'm telling you, it would change the whole dynamic of what he's talking about in that verse.
Right. But to go back to what you were saying about him signing people from the South, even before he got on, he's the president of Def Jam. He made sure he got on tracks with Juvie. He was on tracks with Pimp C and Bun B, UGK. Yeah, so he tried to reach out to other audiences, other than that New York East Coast audience. You know what I'm saying?
And keep in mind, like I said, when I started to go back and backtrack, and then I heard Renegade, I'm like, that's another. Even though Eminem is also a lyricist, that's a, and that's not even because he's white. It's just the fact that that was a pair. I would have never put it in on the same track. Right. Even if I had a hand in putting it together, like, you know,
they both killed it though.
Yeah.
Oh,
and was top notch artists. You know what I'm saying, at the top of their game. And I think Eminem, I say, was in it.
And Eminem was probably still in his infancy at that time.
Yeah.
That was
and see,
2001.
And see, the thing is, that's what even makes it better, because you listen to him when he got signed. He's a lyricist, but you know, he made the crazy music, the controversial music.
Right.
So when you hear Eminem like on a laid back tip, like, I don't know what to do right now.
Right.
Like, I'm so used to be like, hi, my name is, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then you got, you know, him matching that same tone as Hov is like, I think what really did it was the fact of what they were speaking on is something that he can relate to, because you come in, you're already a white rapper. The last white rapper anybody ever gave acknowledgement to, what, Vanilla Ice, Beastie Boys?
Talking before that.
Yeah, before him.
Yeah, Third Base, MC Search.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then you got him who come in, you got to have something different. Like, okay, so I have the biggest producer sign me. Okay, let me hit my shot and not miss.
I don't know.
And just the same as in the book, the Perfect Day to Boss about Rick Ross, he speaks about Kanye West on like marketing strategy, saying that what Kanye been doing, the whole Make America Great Again and doing all these antics, is part of the play. Same thing with him. It was part of the play to give him an edge to set himself aside. Okay, yeah, I can rap and I'm white. Okay. Besides that, let me do something else. And he created his own lane for it. So now when you think of him, it's like you don't even think about the antics. You think about him being one of the top lyricists, most respected lyricists
ever.
Period.
Yeah.
That's true. And an actor. But you know, he getting back on it. He I don't know what he got going on with old school, man, going back and forth with
him and Melly Mel.
Him and Melly Mel, man. Melly Mel, from the old school lyrics. And
they clowning Melly Mel right now. They got a reaction video of all these different people listening to him. Yeah. And reacting to his diss to Eminem. Man. I didn't watch it. I'm glad you said that. I gotta watch it tonight.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Mel needs to sit down, man.
Mel needs.
Wait, you're serious?
Huh?
I thought y'all was joking.
No.
Him and Melly Mel.
It's beefing.
Right now?
He was talking trash about. He was on the interview telling him he could beat Eminem.
In what? In basketball?
On a battle, right?
Yeah.
Battle what?
Of rapping.
Yeah.
Now, listen. Let me just say this. Melly Mel is like the Moses of hip hop.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I'm saying? As far as changing how the genre moved, Melly Mel's lyrics changed how hip hop was written, how the raps were written. So in his era in 1978, Melly Mel was what Eminem is. You know what I'm saying? So, but for him to think that he can take that same style,
I have something to say.
In 2023, and this Eminem is wild.
I have something to say. Yeah. So you, respectfully, he's a Melly Mel legend.
Wait, no doubt about.
You say he's Moses, right?
He's right.
You thought Moses did all that stuff because it came to his head, or did somebody tell him?
But what I'm saying is this: if hip hop was a Bible, Melly Mel is Exodus. You know what I'm saying? Melly Mel is Exodus. The way hip hop, like I'm saying, the way hip hop was given to the world was hip hop, the hibbity hibbity, and just braggadocious rap. Now Melly Mel came out with the message that changed the boundaries of rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he is that. He at a certain point in hip hop, he was that lightning rod.
I give him
but
that.
For him, like I said, for him to think that,
But
he can do Eminem right now is crazy.
When it comes to he said battle rap, not battle time zones or periods.
Right.
No, battle rap.
Yeah, he's tripping. You gotta hear it.
He can be Moses. He can have it.
Right.
But M's the God. M's the God.
I mean,
in the I'm speaking the aspect of rap.
Right.
Yeah.
He wants to battle rap, like, and then you got to think of it from that aspect. Even what you consider battle rap in your era ain't the same battle rap in this era.
No.
Yeah, no, because you talking about '78. He basically was pioneering an '80s style.
Right. You talking about 45 years of evolution.
True. And when I say those era, I don't mean like what's actual battle rap right now. I'm talking about in the age when M came out and when he came out.
Right.
Those two, like, you rapping like I'm rapping better than you.
Oh, yeah, right.
This one, you basically had a whole thing put together. You got your DJ, you got an MC to introduce you, and you're you're the actual artist itself. Like, that's a whole act to go battle somebody. Opposed with M, how you got your name, you went, and whoever felt like they won't smoke, and then you got smoked, and then you smoked everybody till it was no one left, and then you at the base like King of the Hill.
Right, and he the wrong one. Eminem is a battle rapper, and shouts out to Melly Mel, man.
Only thing Melly Mel can beat Eminem in is muscles.
He
fucking diesel.
Yeah, he can get on that bench, and M ain't got a chance.
He ain't got a chance.
Listen, man, Mel, back away from the mic, man. Don't embarrass yourself. You're a legend.
No, I'm not.
What I'm saying?
He gotta. That's why I said respectfully, in the sense of you being a legend. That's almost like you making and not saying like somebody took upon themselves. It's like you making, like, let's say like Floyd Mayweather come out of retirement to fight only because you want to see him lose one.
Right.
Dude, stay retired, undefeated with all the belts.
Just be that.
Man, it's true. Melly Mel brought himself out, though. That's why I say, man, back away from
just
the
be
mic.
that legend.
Yeah, just be that legend.
So basically, he's about to be Conor McGregor, and in one of those 3 fights, you could possibly lose one.
Oh yeah, he kind of already. He got beat up.
He got a blame lip. He got embarrassed already, man. It's over with.
I'm sorry, yo. Let me do this before anything else concedes on. Shout out to my mother, yo. Shout out to my mom, Patricia, who gave birth to me. Because if I don't say this, it's gonna be a whole thing later. Love you, Mom.
It's all good, man. We about to get out of here. I'm glad you did that. We about to get out of here. Ain't about to be a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But we about to roll, man. So, hey, like I said, man, MicCheckM.I.A, man. It was a pleasure having you on, man. Pleasure speaking hip hop with you, man, and going back in time.
Right, because we've been talking about doing this. 50 years in hip hop segments.
Do 50 years.
And this is the first time we already talked about it.
Ooh, we should get like, let me see, what, you, 1, 2, 3. We got room for like 4 more people. Get some like a solid 4 more people here.
That was the plan.
Like me, like four other people, y'all, and then we just have an all-out discussion.
Yeah,
that's the plan.
That's the plan.
We plan on doing like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah. So anybody who listening and watching right now, just y'all in the war room right now, just so you know. But that's what we plan on doing. 50 years of hip hop artists, we can bring y'all in, and we're gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna take it down, man.
Me, do like 380, Jay Wayne, shoot, Sheen G.
We need an old head right here too. Somebody can talk about Melly Mel and
we shoot Mustafa.
Right. Yeah.
Mustafa would be great.
We might have to do different eras.
Yeah, or
maybe have the old heads talk about them years.
Yeah, my guy T, man. Shout out to T, Quality Barbershop, man. He is a music head, man.
Okay. Yeah.
But once again, it's on, baby, and we finna get on out of here, man. This is your boy Conrad, the host of MicCheckM.I.A. My boy Tone always lurking in the back.
Yes, sir.
My boy Jay Fredericks, man, in here, in the place to be, man. We will be bringing them back for 50 years of hip hop, man. London B, get well, man, because we need you, man. Come on in here, man, so we can do this thing, man, and kick it off right, man. We're going to have a couch probably next time we do this, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, we finna amp it up in here in a little bit, man. So, hey, man, MicCheckM.I.A, baby. We love y'all for tuning in, man. Season 3, my bad. Season 3, man. So we've been running real good, man. Thank y'all for following us, man. All those things, man. Everything going up, man. So we out, man.
Again, man.
Peace.
Live life right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.